The next format we'll have on the board is still a bank reconciliation statement, but in this case here we see that we have balance as per bank statement. So in this case we're starting with balance as per bank statement. In the earlier one we had balance as per cash book. So in this one we are starting with balance as per bank statement. You see that it's not different from what we saw earlier. They are the same thing. It's just changes in the addition and the ones that we have to subtract. Your knowledge of one automatically passes you to solve the other. In the first one, in balance as per cash book, all the items we added there. In balance as per bank statement, we subtract them. All the items we subtracted in getting our balance as per bank statement in the first format, we simply add them. So in balance as per bank statement, we add on presented checks, bank charges, standing order, dishonored checks, overcasting of the receipt side of the cash book, and direct debits. We less on presented checks, credit transfers, dividends, undercasting of the receipt side of the cash book. We less them and we move them to the extreme currency column for us to get our balance as per cash book. You just need to know one of them. The shortcut is for you to know one of the formats and then do changes. If this was in an exam condition now, if I was asked to prepare a bank reconciliation statement only using method A, and let's say I started with preparing my balance as per bank statement, I was able to get my own credited checks, bank charges, standing order, dishonored checks, overcasting of the receipt side of the cash book, direct debits, etc. And I was able to less my own presented checks, credit transfers, dividends, undercasting of the receipt side of the cash book, and I was able to get my balance as per cash book. Obviously, I will have to prepare balance as per cash book using balance as per cash book to get my balance as per bank statement. All I need to do is to move them, move all the items I have here, to subtract them, and all the items I have here to add them to get my balance as per bank statement using balance as per cash book. Knowing one automatically passes you to solve the other. Also, it's important to note here that at the end of your solving, the balance arrived at must be equal to the balance of the cash book for that period. If the balance, your cash book, has a different figure from the balance as per cash book as calculated, this is the balance as per cash book calculated. If the balance as per cash book calculated differs from your cash book, then an error must have occurred. So there is need for you to cross-check again to actually get where the error is from, because the balance as per cash book calculated and the actual balance of the cash book for the period must be equal. Okay, let's take an illustration on method A. The question we have on the board is on the 31st March 1990, Ogundele's cash book showed a debit balance of 2,000 naira. His bank statement showed a balance of 2,270 and the cash book showed a balance of 2,000 naira. On comparison, the following were found. The following were found as the reasons for the discrepancy between the cash book balance and the bank statement balance. And we can see that the amount of the discrepancy is 270. So ordinarily, the bank statement and the bank column in the cash book is meant to be 2,000. They are meant to be equal. So now there is a discrepancy of 270. So we have to find out why there is a discrepancy and what went wrong. Whenever we are faced with a question, the first thing we have to do is to classify. We have seen the different reasons that can cause discrepancy between the cash book and the bank statement. So when we see a question, we have to classify that question or that particular transaction to those reasons that can cause discrepancy. Let's take the first one. A. Checks drawn amounting to 1,500 naira had not been presented for payment. For the single fact we saw not presented for payment, we know that we are dealing with unpresented check. So this is unpresented check. So B. A standing order of 600 naira to a club was not taken into consideration. B here is a total sellout. We have standing order for the next one. I must mention at this point that examiners will make this particular aspect very trickish, because this is the basis of bank reconciliation statement. Any mistake made here in classifying these transactions to the reasons for the discrepancy between the cash book and the bank statement means that your total workings will be wrong. It means that your balance as per cash book and your balance as per bank statement will be wrong. So we have to be careful when classifying. Also here, bank charges of 50 naira were entered in the bank statement only. This is bank charges. So this also is a sellout. The question was not hidden. They gave it to us straight. Students should not be expecting questions that are this straightforward. Examiners will always want to twist them to know if students actually understand what bank charges are, what standing orders are, what unpresented checks are, and the rest. D. We have a dividend of 300 that was paid directly into the bank and not recorded in the cash book. Also, this is a sellout. So we have dividend. E. We have checks for 1,000 naira were entered into the cash book and paid to the bank but had not been cleared and thus not credited. The single fact we saw credited here automatically means that this is uncredited check. Lastly, a customer, Bolaji, paid 120 naira directly into the bank without notifying the firm. This is a credit transfer. So if we look at this illustration, we see that illustration F, A, and illustration E kind of hid the classification for us to actually, read through and classify by ourselves. So it did not sell it out like the others that were told, standing order, bank charges, dividend. F would have also just been told us credit transfer of 120 naira was made from Bolaji directly into the firm's account. But it was not so. They just told us a customer, Bolaji, paid money into our account. It's left for us to know that for the fact that a customer has made transfer directly into our bank account, that is a credit transfer. Let's look at the solution now. Let's work together. Solution. So as I said earlier on, whenever we are asked to prepare any statement, we should start with the title of that statement. And for bank reconciliation statement, it has its own title, which is Bank Reconciliation Statement as at 31st March 1990. Why are we using 1990? Because it was the date at which the bank reconciliation was prepared. We're starting with balance as per cash book. We have balance as per cash book. We have our two currency signs. Our balance as per cash book, as given by the question, is 2,000 naira. This will be on the extreme column. And then when we are starting with balance as per cash book, we are going to add our unpresented check. So our unpresented check in this case is 1,500. This will be in the first column, the first currency column. And we are going to add dividend. Our dividend is 300 naira. We're also going to add credit transfers. Our credit transfers here is 120. So we are going to calculate this, and this will give us a total of 1,920. So we are going to add 1,920 to 2,000, which will give us 3,920. So we are now going to less. To less means to deduct. We are now going to less our uncredited check. We are going to put this, all the things we are going to deduct, we are going to put them on the first naira column so that we can get the total summation, and then we take it to the extreme naira column. Our uncredited check from the question is 1,000 naira as our uncredited check. So our uncredited check is 1,000 naira, and we also have standing order from the question, standing order of 600. What else do we have that we can add under the deduction? We're going to deduct. What other items are we meant to deduct? We have bank charges of 50 naira. The addition of this will give us 1,650. Mind you, I said that we are not going to put this 1,650 in brackets because we have already signified here that we are lessing, we are deducting. So that is why we left it like this, because it's assumed you know that we are going to deduct this amount. 3,920 minus 1,650 will give us 2,270. We are going to rule it twice. It means that we are closing the account. This amount, 2,270, will now serve as our balance as per bank statement. I said earlier when we were explaining that if in an exam question or in a class work or in any drill you are given, you are told to use method 1 to actually answer a question. Once you are able to do one, attempt one, starting with either balance as per bank statement or balance as per cash book, all you need to do to get the other is just to do a reverse of what you did in the first one. For us to start balance as per bank statement, all we need to do is to move all the items here. All the items we added here, we are going to deduct it, and all the items we left here, we are going to add it back. So let's see that.